What's up, guys? How's it going? Mr. All coming back with our ODFP showcase. And in today's showcase, we're going to be talking about Thomas Hobbes, an English philosopher in the 17th century, who was best known for his book, The Leviathan, which he produced in 1651, as well as his many political views on society. Now, when we begin with Thomas Hobbes' story, you have to focus on how the Enlightenment was shaping Western thought in society in the 1700s. By the early 1700s, European thinkers felt that nothing was beyond reach of the human mind. Through the use of reason, thinkers, people, and governments could solve every social, political, and economic problem. In essence, writers, scholars, and philosophers felt they could change the world. Now, Thomas Hobbes was born in Westport, England on April 5th, 1588, and he worked as a private tutor for the prestigious noble Cavendish family. In 1610, Hobbes with the Cavendish family would go on to travel to France, Italy, and Germany, where he met other leading scholars of the day, such as Francis Bacon. Now, through his association with the Cavendish family, Hobbes entered circles where the activities of the king, members of parliament, and other wealthy landowners were discussed, and his intellectual abilities brought him close to power, although he never became a powerful figure himself. Now, in 1642, Thomas Hobbes outlined his political philosophies and ideas, and eventually what became known as the Leviathan. And in it, he argued that people were naturally cruel, greedy, and selfish. If not strictly controlled, they would fight, rob, and oppress one another. Now, life in the state of nature without laws or other controls would be solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, as well as short. To escape that brutish life, said Hobbes, people entered what became known as a social contract, an agreement by which they gave up their freedom for an organized society. Essentially, giving up their freedom for protection. Now, Hobbes believed that only a powerful government could ensure an orderly society. And for him, such a government was an absolute monarchy, which could impose order and compel obedience. Now, it's important to note and keep in mind that Hobbes and his opposite, John Locke, were both influenced by the upheavals tied into the English Civil War. Hobbes supported a more pessimistic view of human nature with his idea of the social contract versus Locke, who supported natural rights and the right society had in overthrowing a corrupt and inept government. Now, both men would play a crucial role throughout the course of the Enlightenment, and both individuals' ideas would shape future social and political interactions in Europe as well as the rest of the Western world. Now, ultimately, Thomas Hobbes would go on to produce more written works, and later in life even translated Homer's The Odyssey and the Iliad. He eventually died on December 4th, 1679. And in closing, you gotta keep in mind the big idea tied into Thomas Hobbes is his influence for forming the building blocks for political thought in Western governments and his staunch support for absolute/autocratic rule, which was outlined in his world-famous book, The Leviathan. All right, guys, that's all I have for this ODFP showcase dealing with Thomas Hobbes. Mr. I'll sign it off. I'll see you guys later. Take care.